I am here with Jenny Anthony, and we are going to be talking about the reality of what's going on in cutting edge, right? I think people are seeing it right now is like now that people are on the leaderboard for Kona, like they have been from the beginning, and like they're getting like this recognition from YLUSA, like on the Facebook page and stuff. Like more people are starting to see about it or see cutting edge, and there's definitely more like what's going on, you know? I always like to start these out by saying I could say whatever I want to say about things that I create, blah blah blah, and really that doesn't matter at all, because if you can say whatever you want to say, then it could not be true. So what I like is for people that are actually in it to be saying what's going on in their own world. So Jenny, what are whenever you signed up for it, first of all, whenever you signed up for it, were you ever on the fence where you were like, I don't know, where were you at, like mind-wise, whenever you signed up for it?
Well, mind-wise, I was in like a Young Living sabbatical. I had a tough year in 22. I went to convention to kind of pump me back up, but I honestly, I felt lost in how to run a business. I felt like I had done so many things. I had been successful. You and I were in Hawaii together,
Yeah.
but I honestly felt like I didn't know what to do. Even though I've been doing this for years and I've done all your systems, I was at a loss. It was like in October, and I just thought, maybe it's time to just kind of hang it up. Maybe the ship has sailed. I've done all I can do. I don't really know what else to try.
Yeah, yeah. And that I'm hearing that echoed through a lot of different Young Living people. And I had a really interesting conversation because in Gold Getters, in our group Gold Getters, which is like the free group, we're getting ready to bring in a lot of different educators, which is really cool. And I was talking to one specifically yesterday, and I said the coolest thing about the amount of people that have left or whatever, I said the coolest thing is what we are left with are people that ain't going nowhere. And this is like the best like foundation to build a strong, thriving business. So whenever you jumped into cutting edge, what did you notice was different, or what do you love the most? I mean, I don't really even know what to ask you because we go back a ways, but what do you
We
want to
go back
say
away.
about it?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. We first met at Silver Retreat, and you had told me we were sitting next to each other at one of the sessions, and you had told me about your Gold Getters group, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she has a free system! What?" So that's that's where we started. But when I first got into Gold Getters, I got in October, and I'm so thankful. You did a Zoom, and it's still in there, and the people I've referred to, I'm like, you got to watch that Zoom because it gives you kind of an outline of what to expect in cutting edge, what's expected of me, what I can expect of you. It was kind of like a mutual agreement. If I do my part, you are already doing your part.
Yeah.
And I needed an easy button. I'm the person, I can duplicate anything, but I have a difficult time creating.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm a Pinterest mom. I can copy it, but I'm not the Pinterest mom that's going to have my own page. So I needed all those systems that you put in there to say, okay, daily, this is what you do. And I love at the end of each day, you put a prayer because that I'm like, thank you, God. That's exactly. We need to seal this up
Yeah.
with a prayer and saying, Lord, actually, this is your day
Yeah.
and use me for your glory.
Goosebumps. I have goosebumps. That's my favorite part of it too. I spend maybe more time on the prayer than I spend on anything else whenever I make those posts, because it matters. What are we even doing this for? Like it's ultimately, like what are we even doing life for if not to glorify God, right? And so, yes, I love that. So what have been your results? What are you like? What's going on in your world? What, what is
Okay.
happening?
So I could cry. You, at the very beginning, you gave us some kind of foundational, maybe elementary things to do, but I knew you had a big picture in mind. I didn't see it at the time. And the people that are in cutting edge now, they're jumping in and they can see where you're taking them. But the early kids, we didn't. And we trusted you. And what it did was it built up my social media presence
Mm-hmm.
so that when you started implementing these ways to motivate people to join Young Living and be on my team, people were jumping at it. I meant to bring my notebook. The very first post that I did that was like, hey, we've got this thing going on. You want to be a part? I got over 100 prospects from that. And I would say 90% of those people were not on my radar. They were not in my list that I would say, oh yeah, that's a good friend, or that's someone that I think would be a great Young Living member or a business builder or any of that. So I began following up with them because the fortunes and the follow up, and just loved on them, didn't push them, because you teach us to not be so pushy that we're just drowning them with like, join, 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 join. I just loved on them where they were.
Mm-hmm.
And in December, I had a record amount of enrollments, the same in January, the same in February. And you teach us how to place people. So we're not just, 50 people wide, that
Mm-mm.
it's a very strategic where you put them. And so I'm shocked at how many people I've enrolled. I'm going to say it's 40 since December. New members, I would say maybe 5 re-enrollments of people that had gone inactive, and they saw what I was doing and they're like, hey, I need to be a part of that. It's not I want, I need that in my life. And
Yes.
I'm just every morning when I wake up, I'm like, Lord, thank you for Martha, and thank you
Oh.
for Cutting Edge, and thank you for the favor that you've given me as I just really try to help people on their health and wellness journey. It's honestly not about my paycheck. It's not
Mm-mm.
about winning the trip to Hawaii. It's honestly about getting people to a place to where they feel so good in their body that they're like, oh my goodness, these products are real and they really work. And now these people that have already done the system since January, they're sharing it and they're bringing people to the table, and they're like, hey, I don't know what to do with these people, but they want to get in on this too. And I'm like, wow, God, so cool.
That's the coolest part, right? Because I have it. So for those of you that don't know who I am at all, like I've got a strong marketing promo background. I'm the CMO for a company that is ending teenage suicide and drug addiction. Okay, like my focus is on the give back now. I also work with large corporations that you would know. I know how to market. I know how to promo. In this season of my life, I'm 42 now. In this season of my life moving forward, it's all about using what I know to make people better, right? Not just to sell stuff, but to make them better. That's my full focus at this point. And that's happened within the last year, which I just absolutely, I'm just like, God, do I really get to live this life? Like, this is just the coolest, it's the coolest thing, right? But I forgot where I was going with that. But oh yeah, so whenever people are coming into the 11-day jumpstart, so via Cutting Edge, like I show you guys what to post every day, and part of it is algorithm boosting, so you've got new people seeing the jumpstart stuff every week, and then part of it is for them to align with you and know who you are in a very graceful way. So it's like this trifecta of awesome that happens, and it snowballs and it snowballs and it snowballs, and then you have people all of a sudden messaging you from 2 months ago saying, I've been watching, like I'm ready to join, I want to do this now, and then whenever they join you guys, what you do in Cutting Edge is very minimal. My focus is to take as much off of your guys' plates as possible. And so I run like the opportunity calls. I run the 11-day Jumpstart Explained calls. I do all of that stuff. And then whenever they're in, I actually run a new 11-day jumpstart every single month, and I do it live. And as I'm doing it, I'm also dropping information about other products and just an explainer of why we're doing the things that we're doing. And then also even weaving in, here's what it looks like to do this yourself. Remember how easy it was to sign up? Like, and that could be you. And so like, it's just, I just keep dropping seeds where people realize that this is accessible and something they can do. So essentially your whole business is building. And then whenever they sign up as a brand partner, they get to be in Cutting Edge for 3 months, and I onboard them, and then they get to do it. Like, it's just, it's awesome. It's awesome. So, what would you say to somebody? I'm just going to say that. See, there I go. I just start talking about Cutting Edge. But what would you say to somebody who is like on the fence, or if they're like, is this the real deal? Or, because a lot of time, I mean, let's be honest here. Let's be honest and say, there have been a lot of dishonest people that have come and gone, right? And there's, and we're not going to name names, and we're not going to, none of that is even necessary, but trust, overall trust in mentors and leaders has been lost. Let's just call it. Let's call it. Mm-hmm. And what do you feel like is different here?
Well, I've done almost all of your systems that you put out. And I think the first one I bought was in 2019 or something. Yeah. And I was very successful with that. And so I knew when you put Cutting Edge out there, first of all, because I've done your systems, I knew it was going to be a success as long as I did my part. Okay, you can't underestimate your part in keeping, it's called like the back office running, where I am loving on other people through social media, on their posts and in their messages. What I think, if you're on the fence and you are wondering, I would say try it for 30 days. Just give it a try. Go ahead and decide in your mind, I'm going to do everything she tells me to do. I'm going to give 100% and try it for 30 days. That's what I told my cross-line friends, sisters that were like, hey, what are you doing? What's this all about? I said, try it for 30 days and see. And what they're seeing is exponential growth. And the reason is because, Martha, you are so correct. You give us a system to follow. You have the 11-day jumpstart already lined out with everything they could possibly ever need to know or have a question about. You've got the Facebook group running. I didn't have to go and create a system. I didn't have to go and create the 11-day jumpstart. I didn't have to create the Facebook group that I plug everybody in. You do everything. And I think people don't quite understand the magnitude of what the 11-day jumpstart actually entails. I can't imagine how many hours you've actually put in to make this happen for us. And yeah. I'm not even on your team. Cutting Edge allowed me, I think the way you worded it was like, you can be on my team, but not on my team, because you don't want people to change teams. You're like, right, grow where you're planted. Yeah. And I have an amazing upline. Like, I wasn't affected by any of the craziness or the nonsense. I'm supported by my upline. But I needed that system. I needed that push to get out of my comfort zone, to show me what to do. And again, try it. You will never know until you try it. And then I can't guarantee, but I would almost guarantee that you're not going to regret your decision, that you're going to see growth within yourself, within your team, enrolling new members. And gosh, to be able to put my own downline in there for 90 days for free, bonus.
Yeah, it's insanity. It's so fun. It's such a fun thing to do. Like, I'm telling you, this is like the best part of my life, I feel like. So far, this is the best part of my life. Well, cool. Thank you, Jenny, for coming on and talking about this. I appreciate you explaining. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and message Jenny and ask her if you have any questions about Cutting Edge. And yeah, we just like to do these things to explain to you what's really going on, in case you have heard a little bit about it and you're like, what is that even? This is just an explainer sort of video. So there you go. Well, thank you, Jenny. Have the best day. Everybody else, you have an awesome day too. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.